Children, I hope you must have gone thoroughly with all the study material that I provided you for your lesson number 6 tissue, and you must have also done those worksheets which I had circulated, and I hope you must have done good in your monthly test for August. Now, children, I am going to start today a new lesson, improvement in food resources. Now, an introduction to this lesson you have already studied in your 8th standard. In 8th standard, you had a big lesson based on how agriculture is being done in India. Now, in this particular lesson, we will be talking about not about the agricultural practices, but children, we will be talking about the improvement in the agricultural practices. Now, see children, our country has got world's second largest population, and land wise we are seventh in the world. So you can understand how high must be the population density of India. When there are so many people, everyone has to have his or her own home for accommodation, and every country need to have wildlife, so we need to reserve some amount of forest for that. So just imagine children how much less amount of agricultural land is available for the farmers. Due to the industrialization and urbanization, the agricultural land which is which is being available with the farmer is continuously decreasing, because new and new corporate companies are coming, and new malls are coming, new construction of roads are taking place. So children, due to this reason the agricultural land is being sold at a good price, and in this way India is continuously reducing its agricultural land. So, children, it becomes a very big issue, because food is one of the basic necessity of humans. Without food, we cannot survive. We can survive without smartphone and internet, but not without the food. So in this particular lesson, we will be studying about this particular concept, that when the land available to us is less, so how do we improve the different facilities so that our crop yield remains maximum? We need food for survival. Food acts as a source of energy, helps to protect and build our body. We mainly obtain food from plants and the animal. The different food that we obtain from plants are cereals, pulses, vegetable, fruit, nuts, oil seeds, condiment, and spices. The different animal products that we use are children, fish and the other sea product, meat, egg, poultry product, milk and milk product, and honey. So children, this is what I told you, crop yield, how profitable their farmland can be made through agriculture. Knowing how to improve crop yield is a very key successful to farming, and the farmer has access to new technology, planting method, okay, and it has got an opportunity to increase the crop production. Crop yield rates have steadily increased over a time, though Indian population is continuously increasing. But children, you must have never heard that in this particular season we had less wheat, less rice. No, our crop yield rates are continuously increasing, and thanks to the hybrids and the smarter planting practices that our farmers are adopting. Farmers have been benefited from the introduction of science and technology in the farming. The concept of high performance agriculture is key in understanding the importance of crop yield. So now farmers, they are not just the farmer, but they have to be the best businessmen. Input, less input, and maximum output. So it can be, how can it be achieved, that we will be studying in this year. Now children, Our country, India, one of the major occupation in India, 70% of the Indian economy is directly or indirectly dependent on the agriculture. Now, in India, agriculture is totally dependent on the monsoons. Now, children, these monsoons are sometimes getting delayed, sometimes they are in excess. Like this year, we are having too much rains. So, too much rain is also harmful. Sometime a few years back, there were no rains in Mithapur, so that was also not good. So, children, the main epicenter for Indian agriculture are the monsoons. So, children, our farmer grows certain crops during the monsoon season, and these crops they are called as the kharif crops, and these crops they grow from the month of June to October, and it includes paddy, soybean, arhar, maize, cotton, and moong. These are the crops which require a larger duration, which require a large amount of water, and in rainy season they are able to get sufficient rain water for their proper growth and development. Okay. Now there are certain crop children who need less water and they need less temperature. They don't need very high temperature also. So such crops they are called as the rabi crops. They are also called as the winter crops, and these crops are grown especially during the season, winter season, that is from November to April. For example, wheat, gram, peas, mustard, sugarcane are rabi crops. Now, these were children the two main crops that were being practiced in India. But in recent time, our farmers have started growing the third type of crop, which grows very quickly. And children, during this time, the fields are also empty. If we just leave the fields empty, so it can lead to erosion and our fertile soil may be lost. So one more crops have come up recently, and they are very economically beneficial. Okay, and they are called as Z season crop. It is a summer season crop which is grown from April to June, and it includes cucumber, watermelon, mostly those fruits and vegetables that you get during the summer season, and you know all of them are high selling things. Like everyone enjoys cucumber, melon. Now melons are varieties of watermelon, muskmelon, etc. Right? Now, children, the improvement in crop yield. Okay, our scientists are continuously working on the agricultural practice and implementation of technology in the field of agriculture, and these efforts are being broadly classified at three levels. We have the farmers have understood that they have to work at three levels. First is improvement in the crop variety. So first is crop variety improvement. We need to improve the variety of crop. Second is crop production improvement, and third is crop protection management. And let us study about these three concepts. Okay. First is children crop variety improvement. It is very important that we get a crop which has got the desirable characteristic. Okay. For example, children, like most of the students, they are fond of cauliflower vegetable, and you all must be fond of eating green peas. Now, green peas, if I talk about green peas or fruits, if you like fruits, then most of the children they love eating mangoes, grapes. Now, if you have ever bought these fruits or vegetables from the market, you will find that we get a varieties of mango. Now, which one will you purchase? Okay, so that decides the crop. What are the desirable? Will you select such a mango which is a smaller in size, which is green in color, which is not very juicy, which is not very sweet, which doesn't have very pleasant taste? No, right? So, what are the desirable character for any fruit or any vegetable that we need to select? And plant breeders, they select plant variety with desirable character and cross them. Okay, and in this way we get a developed offspring which has got a combination of good qualities of both the plants. These varieties are multiplied and supplied to the farmers, and the science of improvement in genetic makeup of crops and increasing their genetic potentialities is called as the plant breeding. Basically, it means that the farmers they have to focus on the type of crop. अगर अगर हरी मटर ही अच्छी नहीं है तो क्या हम उसे खरीदेंगे? अगर हमें अच्छे क्वालिटी के मैंगोज़ नहीं मिल रहे हैं या फिर अगर हमें अच्छे क्वालिटी के टोमेटोज़ नहीं मिल रहे हैं तो क्या हम उन्हें खरीदेंगे? नहीं, राइट? Everyone wants good quality things now. Money is not a big issue nowadays, children. Right? In today's time, tomatoes are 70 rupees kg. But children, the tomato that we are getting in 70 rupees, they are very beautiful. Red, they are juicy, and they are good to taste, and they can be cooked very easily. So nowadays, money is not an issue. Everyone wants a better quality. So how these scientists are able to get them? By the process of breeding. Breeding means they cross, reproduce different varieties, and in this way there is an introduction of better characteristics. Now this crop variety improvement it can be achieved by four methods. First is introduction, second is selection, third is hybridization, and fourth is genetic engineering. Now what is mean by introduction? Introduction doesn't mean I introduce myself that I'm so and so. Introduction means bringing a new crop to a new geographical land is known as introduction. You all must be very much fond of green chilies and potatoes and rajma. I don't know how many of you like, but children, these all are foreign crops. They are not from India. So, so that is introduction. Many flowers, they are not Indian crops, but but with the passage of history, so with so many foreign rulers they have invaded our country. So when they came to our country, they brought different varieties of flower fruits with them, and in this way introduction has taken place. Selection. Selection means we need to select the best variety of crop, like tomatoes. There are more than 20 to 30 varieties of tomatoes. You can type on the Google and search it. But children, which is the best quality of tomato that can be sold in Mithapur or sold in Dwarka and up to Jamnagar? That only our farmer will select. No? They will not select something which is sold very easily in US or in China, right? Hybridization. Hybridization means crossing over, reproducing different varieties of the plants is called as hybridization. And genetic engineering means transferring of genes. And children, this is a very highly technological term and which is done in the very hi-fi science genetical lab where genetic engineering is done, and like it is being done at Pune in India, and it is being practiced a lot in the foreign country, and in this way they are able to get a better varieties of crop. Now why we need to do so much things, introduction, we need to go for genetic engineering? So the first is higher yield. अगर हम अच्छे क्वालिटी के क्रॉप्स लगाएंगे तो हमें ज़्यादा क्रॉप्स मिलेंगी, our yield will be more. Improved quality. The children, the fruits and the vegetables that we are getting nowadays, they are better quality than what your parents and we used to get when we were at your age. So definitely the quality of fruits, quality of flowers, when you go to the fruit market, just observe the varieties of fruits and vegetables that are coming nowadays. Biotic and abiotic resistance. Now every crop can be damaged by either some microorganism or some living organism or by some physical factors like drought, salinity, heat or cold. So mm, by developing genetic engineering, scientists are nowadays developing such crops which are biotic and abiotic resistant. Now, change in maturity duration. What does it mean? Children, suppose you eat a mango and you like that mango very much, and you wish that you should have such a mango tree in your garden. So if you plant it today in 2020, so children, when you will reach the year 2028, you will be getting the first mango from that particular tree. That means you have to wait for how many years? 7 years. So instead of waiting for 7 years, scientists nowadays they have introduced such a variety of crops in which the we maybe with a gap of 2 years you can enjoy the same mango which you wish to have in your garden. Next is desirable agronomic traits. Desirable agronomic traits means what type of crop do you wish to have? Do you want cucumbers? Your cucumbers should be long and green in color. Your cucumber should be smaller and green in color. Should they have stripes? It totally depends on what is the requirement of the people. If people wish to have smaller cucumbers which are green in color, or people wish to have apples which are red in color, or apples which are dark red in color, or the apples which are green in color, they are called as agronomic character agricultural traits. You want a big mango or a smaller mango. You want a juicy mango or a non-juicy mango, right? Wider adaptability. Wider adaptability, it refers to the environmental condition. It should not happen that for 2 days, for some reason, the crop did not get the water, so the all the plants should die. Or like you can see, for last 2 months, we are continuously having rains. So in such condition also, the crops should not get damaged. Easy to acclimatize. They should be able to adjust to new climate very easily, and development of novel varieties. That is everyone want to have a beautiful thing, right? Now people are not just limited to furniture, fashion and their clothing, but and phone, but nowadays people are more focused on what they are eating also. So children, some 20 years back, we were having grapes which had seeds. So just imagine eating grapes with seeds. It would have been so messy. उसको खाना कितना मुश्किल होता था. Tomatoes. Nowadays the tomatoes that you get, they have very less seeds. Watermelon. Just imagine if you get a watermelon which is seedless. Yes, scientists are working on it, and yes, the number of seeds have decreased a lot, but still they need to be decreased. Oranges. Nowadays the orange that you eat, and they hardly contain one or two seeds, right? And capsicum, shimla mirch, you all must be liking it. So you must have seen कि आजकल कितने अलग अलग तरह की कैप्सिकम आ गई है. ग्रीन तो आप सभी ने देखी हुई है. रेड इज द न्यू कलर, येलो इज द न्यू कलर, एंड आपने ये दो भी देखे होंगे बिकॉज दे आर so many times available in Meetapur also. But children, nowadays a purple color capsicum has been also introduced. Cabbage, I don't know how many of you like cabbage. It's normally light green color, but nowadays a dark colored cabbage is also available, and a purple color cabbage is also available. And cauliflower, white color we get in the Meethapur, but it has got a green version also, which is known as the broccoli. So children, it was all about today's concept. I hope you must have understood this, and in my upcoming topics I'll be taking the same concepts. Thank you and take care of yourself.